Okay. It was not live. Somebody had confirmed it, and it was still not live. So now I have made it live. Extremely sorry, students. Those of you who were on YouTube, so we will be uploading this session again. Now onwards, you can listen to it. You can continue to be with us. Otherwise, the remaining part, first 10 minutes, what I've been discussing, we will be uploading this entire set once again for your guidance. I'm absolutely sorry for that. My apologies, because I did not check the chat that the stream had. Okay. So just to summarize whatever I have discussed so far with all the students. First thing is that yes, we wrote May 23 examination. We could not clear. So what we need to do is, do we need to appear in the normal 23 examination? Absolutely yes. Do we postpone the attempt to May 24? No. So we'll only have 2 papers. That is not yet confirmed. That gives you a negative thing. Whenever you are telling your mind that I will not write, you are giving your mind negative feedback. So that should not be done. Then the mandatory criteria is syllabus completion. So if syllabus completion is not there, if you do not have syllabus completion, then at that point of time, it will be very difficult for you to pass the examination. So first target syllabus completion, then revision and mock test paper. So everybody says the same thing. Everybody says the same thing because that is the way to succeed. That is why everybody says you have to complete a syllabus, revise and write mock test papers, because that is how success happens. Okay, if there would have been any other way, they would have been talking about that. Now, one thing I want to warn all of you: this 30 days, 60 days time in which you can complete everything all over again, very difficult for everyone. Some of you may be able to do it, but others it is very difficult. First ask yourself sincerely, honest answer: did I complete my syllabus? Yes or no? If yes, then we'll have to work on other aspects. If no, then syllabus completion is the first thing you have to do. Right? Then, after syllabus completion, revision thing has to be done. Now, a challenge that a lot of students have is, sir, I am not able to study for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. That is one big challenge. So we are not able to concentrate. We are not able to focus. So what to be done? What is to be done? Right? That is one question which keeps on coming to me. Now, if you have not been studying for 2-3 hours, and suddenly you want to study for 10 hours, it will be possible. I'm telling once again, if you have not been studying for longer hours and suddenly you want to study 10 hours on a single day, it is not possible. So what should be done? Start gradually. Start 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Every day increase your hours, so that over a period of time, within 10 to 12 days, you will reach the 8 to 10 hours threshold. That is the first thing. Second thing is, don't start with the toughest topics, because what happens is, suddenly you did not clear in May 23. You want to start preparation for November 23. You take up the books, you start with the toughest topic. Now, when you start with the toughest topic, it again becomes difficult for you to get focused. So start with topics which are simpler, which you can easily understand. So that once you get into that mode of revision or mode of study, then you will be able to pick up the pace. That is the second thing. Right. Then third thing, revision. Now, revision, a major mistake that students make during revision is that they try to read everything all over again. If you are doing that, then you are doing a fresh preparation. So when we say revision, we are not saying you have to do everything all over again. If, for example, if you have taken 100 hours for a particular subject, revision should be about 40 to 50 hours. No need to do all the questions all over again. No need to solve all the problems all over again. So a lot of students waste time in revision by trying to do everything right from scratch. That should not be the approach. That is not the correct approach. That is not the right approach. Right. So syllabus completion, revision, and mock test papers. Now, this is the broad strategy everybody talks about. Now, another important thing that you need to understand is that in May 23 examination, what went wrong? You have to identify what went wrong. Did I study? Yes, sir, I studied. Okay. Did you attempt 80 to 90 marks in the examination? No, sir, time was not sufficient, so I did not. Then how can you expect marks? Yesterday, somebody messaged me saying that I wrote 60 to 70 marks. I should have got this. I will tell you, it is very difficult to score 50 or 60 marks by attempting 70 or 80 marks of paper. If you are scoring 80 to 90 marks, at the most you will get is 45 to 50 on an average. Okay, so did you attempt 100 marks? No, I didn't attempt 100 marks. Why? So time management was a problem. So work on time management, write mock test papers. Okay. Then, second thing, sir, we completed the syllabus, but we forgot before the examination. Now that comes because of two things. One, revision is not sufficient, and then second, there is a lot of fear factor. A lot of this before the examination. So for that, you can use simple techniques of breathing. What our mentor Supriya ma'am she suggests. Simple breathing technique that will help you release the stress. And one thing I will tell you very confidently that in any examination, 50 to 60 marks, and I have been telling this in every session I take, and those of you who have written examinations, you can tell that 50 to 60 marks of question would be something which you have already seen, which are easy to attempt, which you can manage. The problem is you balance 30 to 40 marks of question, which we need to focus on. That is a separate aspect. But then, if you are proper, if you have completed the syllabus once, if you have completed study material, past exam papers, 50 to 60 marks, you should be able to manage. You should be able to attempt. So, those of you who are stuck, sir, out of 400, we scored 180, 190, you have to work on solving the questions which can give you higher marks. In theory papers, you have to work on questions, work on areas where you can score higher marks. Okay, so don't worry about advanced topics like consolidation and all of that. Work on simple topics which can give you higher marks. Work on economic standards which can give you higher marks. Work on simple questions on ESOPs which can give you higher marks. Work on pre and post incorporation which can give you higher marks. Work on GST, tax credit, tax payable which can give you better marks. Right? Work on computation of tax deductions and all of that which can give you straightforward marks. So each subject has some areas which are repeatedly tested. If you want to understand that, we have a past exam analysis, marks wise and question type wise, which topic has been tested. So you're looking at that, you will be able to understand what are the areas to focus on. So don't try to complete this all over again. Focus on that 80% which can help you attempt 80 to 90 marks in the examination. So syllabus completion, practice, revision, mock test paper, and the most important thing to understand your mistake. Go back, apply for certified copies, whether through RTI, video is there on our platform, or even directly apply through institute's website. Whichever way you want to apply for a certified. Sir, why should you apply for certified copies? You should apply for certified copies for two reasons. One, to understand mistakes. Okay, where have you done mistakes? Where have you done any mistakes? Where you did not get marks. Second, re-verification will happen. So those of you who are at the borderline may get a chance to pass. Right? Very unlikely, but still small percentage, there is a chance that you will pass. Then, using the learnings from certified copies, you can write the next paper. What all mistakes you did, you should not repeat that. There is a famous saying which says that if you keep on doing the same things, you will keep on getting the same results. So that is my honest suggestion to get the certified copies. Compare that with suggested answers as and when they are published. Look at the way rank holders write. Sir, we are not aiming for rank. I know you are not aiming for a rank, but you can look at how they write and how they have scored the marks. AIR, one of the early rank holders, certified copies are available on free resources. Have a look at them. How do they present the answers? How do they write the answers? So that thing can help you actually prepare well. And it's just see, it's a matter of 10 to 20 marks. If that is the case, by doing these small improvements, you will be able to succeed and clear the examination. So that part you can take care of. Then specifically coming to theory papers, I have seen students who have knowledge, but they are not able to present the same in the examination. They know everything, but when it comes to examination, they are not able to present. So what is the reason? The reason is they are unable to present their answers in proper English and proper side headings. So two things, you must know the side headings and you must know how to write the content inside that. Just by writing the side headings, you will not get the marks. Right. So the next thing that you have to keep in mind is that for theory papers, writing practice is much more needed. And one simple technique for students is every day take up 2 questions from a subject, from theory subject, 1 or 2 question. Okay, write the answers. You have 3 months in time. In 3 months' time, you have written Even if you write 10 marks per day, 1200 marks of theory paper. And the writing practice is very, very important. I'll tell you, without writing practice, theory examination is difficult to crack. Okay, you may know the concept, but it is very, very difficult to crack. So writing practice is very, very important. So that is one thing you have to implement if you want to do better in the upcoming examination. Then on routine, on number of hours, have a fixed schedule. Every day I will study from this time to this time. Your mind gets clean and you are able to focus. And now one more message for those of you who have written 5, 6, 7 attempts and for whatever reasons you are unable to do. For all of you, one humble summation or humble suggestion from my side is start looking at other career opportunities. I know CA is your passion, you want to complete CA, absolutely fine. But start looking at something else, start working, start getting a diverse perspective rather than getting stuck here. Sir, I want to complete anyhow. Okay, come back after some time and write. But you need to take a break, you need to break the cycle, you need to break the chain and focus on something else. Okay. And for those of you who are in the range of getting 40-45%, with some extra effort, you will be able to clear. For those of you who are falling in the range of 25 to 30%, there are a lot of students who get in that range, 25 to 30%. There is a lot more to do. So for those of you who have scored less, let us say, if I say 25-30% in that 120 to 150 range, I don't suggest groups. Take only one group, give your best in that group, and then write the examination. So to summarize the entire discussion what I am having with all of you. Number one, write, get your certified copies, re-evaluate your certified copies, check where you went wrong, complete your syllabus. It's very, very important. Without syllabus completion, it is difficult. I tell you, the syllabus is like an ocean. And out of the ocean, if you read only as much as a bucket, that is what you can write in the examination. Okay. So I'm not saying to conquer the entire ocean, but study to the maximum extent possible. Right? So we are studying, we are presenting, we are doing everything, but we are not able to, get the marks in 5 attempts, 6 attempts, then maybe this is not the career choice for you. I know I'm sounding negative, but just by positive thinking, results will not change. I'm leaving fine because every 6 months you will write, and suddenly after 5-6 years you will realize that, oh, I am not this way. So there is a straightforward message to those of you listening. After 5-6 attempts, you have to necessarily rethink on what you want to do as your career. Right. So now I had communicated whatever I had to. It's open for questions, and I think there are a lot of questions out there. The stream started late, and absolutely sorry for that. Okay, so let me just pick up some questions what I've been asking or whatever has been asked by the students. So group 1 185, group 2 186, Dubai. So you're very close, just 10-15 marks, and get your certified copies. If you want some of the papers, you can review me, send it for us for review. And yes, one more thing, students, that if you are getting this 40, 45, 40, 45, 50 marks, one or two subjects you should try to aim for a slightly higher mark. Okay. Now, why slightly higher mark? Because one of the papers would score 55 to 60 marks so that you can pass in the examination. Now, sir, which paper is that? That paper is the paper which is the best paper for you. That paper is the paper which is the best paper for you. For example, I am good at accounting or I am good at financial management. That will be the best paper. I have scored 44 in one of the papers in CA final. Okay. So it is, it's not that everybody scores 70, 80 and all that. I scored 44 in one of the papers because that paper was not comfortable for me. I didn't like that paper. I could not remember a lot of things in that paper. So figure out what is your best paper, what is your strength, you work on that, so that from 185 with that extra 10 marks and 1-2 marks here and there, you can push it over to 200. And MCQs are highly scoring. Please practice MCQs as much as possible. Sir, there is no way we can practice, or we don't have a proper way to practice. You can use our app. You can use our app. Every day you can target to practice 30, 40, 50 questions. Your concepts also will get revised, and you will also get good marks in the examination. Then group 1 cleared in July 21. Group 2 in my 4th attempt, not cleared, 38, 39, 44, 39. So Hanuraks, I think one reason would be that you're not able to dedicate sufficient time because of your articleship, right? And these are all very close marks. See, 38, 39, 44, 39, if you ask me, very close to passing, but you need a slight extra push where you can focus on MCQs, you can focus on scoring better in either FM or advanced accounting. SM is a high scoring subject where if you are theoretically clear, you can do it. Sir, if you want to quickly revise or quickly get through, the entire SM fast track lecture is available on YouTube for free. You can watch them. That 8-9 hours will help you revise it quickly and assure you 35 to 40 marks easily. Okay, that you can do. Then advanced accounting, focus on accounting standards. Someone has asked how to approach practical papers in examination. For practical papers, presentation, working notes, very important. A lot of students don't write the working notes and they lose marks. Prepare working notes and focus on concepts where you don't get incorrect answers. Even you miss a step. For example, if you miss a step in consolidation, okay, so if you miss a step in consolidation, then some of the other aspects may be correct, and hence you may be able to score a better marks, right? So that is one thing you can look out. There is some info is what I got as a feedback. But I don't know. So today the setup is not working well. Next time I'll be slightly more mindful of that aspect, right? Then for writing November 23 both groups, by when we should have completed the classes maximum by August end, or at the most if you want to stretch September 15th, not beyond that, because revision is essential. Sir, I written one in May 23. It's my third attempt. Still, I'm not able to clear how to write practical papers. I've just spoken about the practical paper. Then, Monica, have you cleared CA intergroup? So that is one thing I wanted to know. So a lot of you have not been able to clear groups. I have given a broader guidance. You have to get the certified copies. You have to check your syllabus completion. Now, don't come to me saying that, sir, I've completed only 50% and I need pass marks. It will not happen. You have to necessarily complete 100%. Sir, self-study or coaching, whether it is self-study, 100%. Whether it is tuitions, 100%. Whether it is video classes, 100%. Right? So that is very important. So, Monica, I would suggest you to please get your certified copies if you have not yet got. And then we need to work on what are the areas where you can work upon that. Okay. So for theory paper mark, I told you, right? MCQ. Please check your MCQ marks. Sir, my MCQ scores are low. Then there is a problem in conceptual understanding. Because by learning things by heart, you cannot score high in MCQs. 1 or 2 questions you will be able to manage. But apart from that, it will be really difficult for you to manage. So what I suggest is, I don't know how many of you have got your certified copies. If you have not got your certified copies, please get your certified copies and check your marks in MCQ and the non-MCQ or the subjective part or the theoretical part. MCQ has to give you marks. See, if I have to score 50 in EISSM, out of 30 marks of MCQ, I should target minimum 20 to 25 marks. Sir, not possible. If you understand theoretically, it is 100% possible. We have seen students who have come back and who have passed by just being concentrated. In fact, one of the students the other day messaged that just before passing paper, someone in the family expired, and the student was not able to prepare anything, but still because he was conceptually clear, he was able to go and write the examination and clear the examination. Right. So that is one thing what you need to understand is that without conceptual clarity, it becomes very difficult to score good in MCQs. Okay. Now, sir, or let me give you a very simple question. The previous attempt, AIR1, okay, she didn't take classes from us, of course, but she practiced 2,600 MCQs on our platform, around 2,600. I don't know the exact number. It is there on YouTube somewhere. Right. So, are you able to put in that? Are you doing that? Can you tell me that I have solved 500 MCQs, 1,000 MCQs in each of the subject? If no, then it becomes really difficult. You have to focus on that. And then, okay, so Sarthak is here. Welcome, Sarthak, and he's given a very good comment there. So I'll also take his message and I'll read it out to you. So what you need to understand is, are you able to take your time? Are you able to, or do you
do you do 500 MCQs per subject over a period of 3 months? Can you do that? Because in theory papers, if you have to uplift your marks, then MCQs are the only way. To move from 35 to 45 or 45 to 55, that will be your pathway. Then look at the past exam analysis. As I mentioned some time back, we have past exam analysis with subject, topic by topic. Which topic has been tested in which attempt? Even if you go through all of that, I'll tell you 30 to 40 marks is sure. So conceptual clarity is very, very important for all of you. So without conceptual clarity, it becomes very difficult, right? Then practice. Without practicing, and for those of you who are stuck with 3 attempts or 4 attempts of not passing the theory papers, writing practice is missing. I will tell you, to get a certificate copy, and I can exactly see there are some cases where students are unfortunate that the papers have not been all of the issues are there. But most of the cases I can pinpoint and say that yes, there is a lack of depth in answers. So do you want to do that? Unless you practice writing, it becomes difficult to score high in theory. Okay. And for those of you who have not completed syllabus, they will start starting with Sarthak, and he said 4 months before the exams, they have completed the syllabus. So ask yourself, have you completed a 100% syllabus? And that has to come from your heart. Because I'm definitely sure that if you're attending this session, the intention is there to pass the examination. You are not here to just time pass, correct? So that is the intention with all of you. So if that is the intention, 100% completion of syllabus is very, very important. Okay, without that, it is not possible. So 95%, at least complete to the extent you can say that I have read this at least once. After that, there may be possibility that yes, you are not able to retain everything. So that is where revision comes into picture. And as I told you earlier also, during revision, don't do studies from scratch. During revision, your important notes, short notes that you have made for yourself, the important adjustments that you have marked for yourself, the important problems or the problems where you face difficulties, that should come into picture. And it is very, very important that while writing practical papers, working notes, proper presentation, and when I say proper presentation, I don't want beautiful answer, but step by step, examiner is properly able to read your answers. That is important. Students have lost. Okay, so when I also corrected papers, 3 to 4 marks are lost because of not doing working notes properly. Same with theory. You make sure that some of the specific aspect of your MCQ is covered. Practice enough number of MCQs. We have MCQs on the app. ICI publishes MCQ case study digest, and ICI also gives you MCQ publications. Do all of these. Attempt last 4 to 5 years exam papers, and that is when you are ready. Now I'll tell you, for all of you, even after doing all of these, you are saying, sir, I am not able to clear. I would like to have a look at your certified copies personally. Whether you are a student of IndigoLearn or not, that doesn't matter to me. Please send your certified copies to support@indigoloan.com. I will have a look at it and I'll give you guidance as to where all things are lacking, right? So that is there. Then, especially for those of you who are stuck in this 170, 180, if your score is below 120 or something, there is something fundamentally to be reworked on your preparation. Okay, so that is one thing I would like to address. Then, now coming to the next question, Priya Darshani. So direct entry student completed 9 months of articleship. If I get terminated, will I be able to give? Yes. Even if you are under termination, you can give your normal examination. But I would suggest, to avoid any difficulties, please re-register yourself. Sarthak has already joined in, and make 1 or 2 subjects your core. That is what I was mentioning. Strength subject, which can help you score 60 plus. Then less marks in group 1, but now in normal entry, clear both groups for sure. I'm studying everything from scratch. Now, see, Mahalakshmi, if you are learning everything from scratch again and you are finding some subjects to be new, both groups I would suggest not to try, because you have only 4 months in hand. 4 months for those of you who are preparing for November 23 examination, it is not feasible. Okay, people may say positive thinking, 60-day preparation, 70-day preparation, I have passed, but in 4 months time, preparing for both the groups from scratch is not possible, and you lose out on confidence. Focus on one group and then write the examination. So Sarthak has mentioned two things are the mantra: 100% of the study material and 100% of the paper. So if 100% is not possible, 95, 90, 95% also reasonably well attempted will help you get the marks. If I get exemption in advanced accounting, then I will get for advanced accounting in May 24. Yes, advanced accounting to advanced accounting, definitely yes. Accounting to advanced accounting, I think you will not get exemption. But there are others who are saying they will get exemption. So for that, we'll need to wait for ICA clarification. If you have cleared advanced accounting, then accounting paper would be exempt in the next examination. That is your, May 24, right? So we have covered largely the questions that you have asked. So just to quickly wrap up, 100% syllabus completion, revisions, mock test papers, completing revision test papers, past exam papers. Look at the areas which have been tested frequently. And as I've been telling you, 40 to 50 marks of the question paper you'll be able to attempt by doing these things. And then next 40 to 50% you have to work on. MCQs practice. Theory papers, if you are scoring less, write answers. Please remember, remembering or knowing the concept is one thing. Presenting in proper understanding of English with proper side heading is another thing. Write answers. Even if you are able to write 2-3 answers per day, 5 marks each from today, in the next 90-95 days, you would have covered good amount of answers for your examination. Right. Then get your certified copies and be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Did I complete? Did I do all of these things which are required? And let me tell you, this is not something which I have invented out of myself. I have done the same thing. A lot of students who have passed, who have secured ranks, everything, they have done this. I didn't write mock test papers because in 2007, 8 and all of that, there was nothing called mock test papers. So I used to write my own papers. So just take the past year question paper and attempt it on my own. But then right now you have the facility. No need to go anywhere. You can go to ICA local branch and write mock test papers. You can take past exam paper, create an examination environment, write at home also. I'm not saying to go out and buy some fancy mock test papers, but writing practice is important. Okay. Then for getting some sequence or getting some flow in the study, start with some easier topics and gradually increase your study hours. Please remember, 8 to 10 hours of studies would be needed. Sir, we are working and we are not able to do. Still, you have to find time to prepare as much as possible. Right. Then, how many mock tests should we give? Now, at least 1 to 2 minimum, I would suggest. If you have more time, you can give more. Right. But at least 1 to 2 is what you can do it. And thanks, Sarthak, for pitching in between and helping address some of the students' queries. Right. So I think I have covered largely what I have to say. Right. Still, if you have anything else to ask, you can put it as a comment after the stream ends here, and I will be taking it off maybe in the next session now whenever I come up live for you. So I got 156 marks in group 1 and now started group 2 from scratch and preparing for both groups. Can I now group 2 from scratch? Now, if you have to complete both the groups for number attempt, group 2, you should plan and finish it up by at least, end of August. So 2 months or first week of second week of September. Parallelly, what I also want you to do, Bhuvanesh, what I want you to do is revise group 1 because what will happen? You will do group 2 preparation till August or September first week. And then suddenly when you start preparing, everything is new. I'm not able to recall anything. So that should not be the situation. Okay. So for that, what you need to do is in the preparation plan, study for group 2 and group 1, please ensure that you revise. Have 1 to 1 and 1 to 2 hours of revision for group 1. And so that both the things are completed and you are ready for the examination. Thanks, Tarun. Manaswini, I am not able to score good marks in FM Eco. What can I do? Now, FM and Eco. FM is the scoring part of it. Scoring part of it is FM. Okay. So FM is the scoring part of it. Again, you need to practice a lot when it comes to FM. It's a high scoring part as well. So you have to check for yourself, are you conceptually clear and have you practiced enough number of questions? Even if you finish the study material and last 3-4 years paper, that would give you a good solid base to start with. Okay, so that is one thing you have to keep in mind. And economics, you ensure that you are able to remember those formulae, because those short questions and short numericals and all of that will actually help you to score more marks. Okay. And as I told you, those of you who want to support at indigolearn.com, send the certified copies and we'll be able to handle. How many revisions? Sarthak has mentioned 3 to 4. Don't get scared, guys. Okay, that is how rank holders study. Okay, in fact, he has done a lot of the subjects with self-study. So that is there. But even if you are able to do 2 to 3 revisions, that will be more than sufficient. One thing what I would like to tell all of you is make a list of things which you keep on forgetting. For example, in audit, let's say audit of financial statements, some items you keep on forgetting. Make a separate list, keep on revising. All formula sheet, whether you have got it from the institute, whether you have got it from your faculty, whether you have downloaded from IndigoLearn, whatever you have done, all formula, write it with your own hand, keep on revising, because only with revision you will be able to remember. Okay, then I got 176 in final group 1, group 2, that is pending. Is it okay to try for both? Now in group 2, what is your situation? Based on that I can advise. So like if you say that, sir, my group 2 classes are completed, I've completed all SCMP, DT, IDT and elective I've already finalized, then it is possible. It is not that it is not possible. For group 1, in I think one of the subjects, either FR or SFM, try to get a slightly higher mark. Okay, keep us slightly higher mark target. And I'll tell you, FR, it is not really difficult to score higher marks. Okay, so for CA final also, it's not very difficult. Question patterns are more or less, on similar lines. And, again, there conceptual clarity on Indians and all is needed. SFM formula is needed, right? Then audit, you have learned, whatever you have done in inter, the same thing at an advanced level. Professional ethics and all become very, very important there. So that one you need to focus. And law is vast, right? So that way, and that will help you to score marks, because 176 group 1 you have to make it to 200 plus, and from group 2 you have to score. And in elective papers, a lot of students score very good marks because of the kind of questions that are tested. So that is where you can maybe push your marks further. For subject specific doubts, so for subject specific guidance, you will have respective faculty come up and take up the sessions. Like for accounting and advanced accounting, I would be doing. For GST and income tax, Shwiteja sir would be doing. Then for law, Yogita madam would be doing. Right, and let's say FM, Aditya. So like this, we'll be planning over the next 1 month time. Specific session for each subject, so that you get guidance as to how you can handle those subjects in the examination. But one thing is, definitely have a look at the past exam analysis. You can download it from our free resources section, where you will see in each attempt from each chapter what is the marks and what are the topics being tested. That will actually give an idea of, yes, do I know the topic? Will I be able to attempt in the examination? Right. Thanks a lot, everyone, for taking time out. I know these are tough times, for especially if you have done 2 or 3 multiple attempts, and implement these. But yes, you have to be true to your heart. Okay, just by saying yes, sir, I implemented, but then if it did not happen, then it will not happen. So it's important that you implement that, in heart and soul. You have to give everything. Get out May 24 from your mind, sir. What will happen in May 24? Sir, I will get exemption. Exemption is not an easy thing, and you cannot predict. As I told you, in my CA final, one of the paper, I scored just 44. It was unexpected, and I couldn't do anything about it. So don't just think that I'll get exemption and it will be easy and all of that. That is not going to happen, right? From accounting to advanced accounting, some of you had asked. Let us wait for ICI clarity on that. And based on that, we'll be able to guide you further. Right, more questions, forums are there. You can just put the questions on forum or put it as a comment as a part of this video after it ends, and we'll be more than happy to address them. Thanks a lot, and sorry for the initial hiccup when I was somehow not able to connect and take it live. And sorry for for those of you who missed that first 5-6 minutes. I will try to upload the entire session separately on YouTube. Okay. Thanks a lot, and have a nice day. Night.